Good evening and welcome to this week's Incumbents Update. Just a few things I want to share with you about what's going on, stuff that's happening because of Lent or special events that are happening, as well as a few reminders of stuff that we have going on all the time. First of all, I want to say what a delight it was last night to be at the cathedral for Bill Tarter's installation as canon of the cathedral in recognition of all that he has given to St. John's, to the cathedral, and to the diocese as a whole. It was a very enjoyable celebration. Today, a number of us gathered together who have offered to church sit, and we received some training in what's called trauma-informed practice, really helpful session with the Reverend Canon Nancy Ford, previously deacon to the city, and she gave us some really helpful advice on what to do when we encounter people and if there were any difficulties in our church sitting. If anyone is interested in church sitting and getting some of that training, we're considering running that program again. So please do get in touch with me. This evening at 7 p.m, in just a half hour, we're continuing through our Lenten School of Prayer. We're very fortunate to have Cornelia van Voorst coming to speak to us about intercessory prayer, the prayers of petition, prayers of asking. Many of us have lots of questions about what that means and what we're doing when we do that particular form of praying. So we're looking forward at 7 o'clock this evening to hearing Cornelia talk a little on that. Tomorrow, Tuesday, which happens to be my birthday, I have the joy of the first Wardens and Clergy meeting of this parish council year. So if there's anything you feel that the Wardens and myself and Stephanie should be discussing, please do let one of us know so we can bring that up at the Wardens and Clergy meeting tomorrow, which starts at 4:30 in the afternoon. On Wednesday, we will be having Sermon Circle, and I'd like to encourage everyone to occasionally or often take part in Sermon Circle. It's a really worthwhile discussion online via Zoom, and it takes place every week, thinking on the readings for the following Sunday. And so sometimes even, as you've heard before, it even influences what this preacher might say on the following Sunday. Then we will have our soup lunch in the Denson Lounge at 12:30 with the book group discussion on Brad Jersack's book, Out of the Embers, which is proving to be a very interesting read. There are details on the website of the reading scheme and how the following 4 weeks, or the next 4 weeks, are going to be divided up in terms of the content of the book. On Thursday, we will have our weekly leadership meeting, and that takes place at 3:30 p.m. And that's the Wardens, myself, Stephanie, and the staff. And if there are any concerns that you wish to have brought to that group, please do email the Wardens or myself, and we can bring them into that discussion. We will also be having another discussion about Brad Jersack's book, Out of the Embers, at 7 p.m. via Zoom. It will be the same content that we discuss on the Wednesday, although my experience last week was that the discussions were quite different in those two different groups, and that made them all the more valuable. And then at 9 p.m. we will close with Compline via Zoom. And if you would like a link for that, or you can watch it on facebook.com/St. John Vic BC. This weekend, I'm very grateful that our very own Dr. John, Reverend Dr. John, is coming back, and he will be leading us on Sunday. So I will, of course, be there, but I'm looking forward to having our wonderful friend and colleague back as he gathers us around the table and speaks to us on Sunday. Thank you very much for your part in this ministry and in this work that we do, those of you who are on parish council. And remember, if you would like to see me or you would like me to come see you, please do contact Carol Ann. She has my schedule, and she is able to slot time for people just to chat for a half hour or an hour, whatever you need, or go for a coffee or whatever works for you. It's one of the great privileges of what I do, to be able to connect and talk and just be and hear what's going on in your lives and share a little bit of what's happening in this very busy and very dynamic community of which we are a part. Thank you all, as I often write at the end of my letters, with thanks for our partnership in the gospel. God bless you all.